Keep teasing it. So hello and welcome to Coding a Game Engine Live, and this is part 140, part 71 of the GUI. Still doing Minimap. I remember we were close. It's a little earlier live stream than usual. I'm a bit busy a little later on, so I thought I'll bang it out earlier. Method 4, hiding objects of a particular name or type. Okay, so we can... Oh yeah, so we did the removing, we just gotta hide them now. We have to hide that. So what we're gonna say, we're gonna have a vector of one second. Herdingens, who's been a great help, he did give me some suggestions of some stuff to do, and I might not do it now, but I want to put it on the list. Okay, so it was to do with the delete stuff. I'll put it after I'll fix, or do it before fixing all the warnings. I'll say delete all pointers in all custom classes. Delete, basically release memory. I haven't been doing that. I've been so slack with that. Hey, what's up with the amazing game engine? Thank you very much. Oh, not much, just working on it. Doing method for hiding a particular, type of object. Okay, so to hide a particular, no discard. Where did I put that on there? I've already put that on there, haven't I? That's priority afterwards. Anyway. Hello Herdingens, how are you doing? How are you doing? Types to hide. Who's Herdingens? Fine, thanks to you and Munna. We're all good. After we've done this, we're gonna go and watch a movie. That is Herdingens VR text radiation. It helped a lot. That's the reason I mentioned him a lot in the stream. What ID are you using? Visual Studio 2019, I believe. With VS. I'm pretty sure it's 2019. Wait for the about thing to pop up. 2019. There we go. Okie dokie. And yeah. Okay. So. And honestly, I found there isn't crazy amount of differences. If you're okay with the one you're using, just stick with that one. I don't know if there's a newer one out than this. I know there's, builds, but they're not fully released. I don't know if they're there. Visual Studio's gone the wiki and I'll look at the latest versions. 2019. Nope, 2019. Obviously, I'm where I've not got the latest, update within 2019, but 2019 is the latest one. Remember, I was on 2015 for a while. Then honestly, it's not that much of a need. Just change it. Definitely don't want to change it mid-project. Change it after a project, or if there's some feature that the other don't have, or the new one's more efficient or less buggy. I mean, that's a big reason to change. If the old one's buggy and it's not working, because it was still within Visual Studio 2019, but I kept having this issue where literally it was this. Let me show you. If I did that and tried to move stuff around, it would literally just crash Visual Studio. So that was getting annoying. Her mentioned that it's just because you're not on the latest version of Visual Studio. I wasn't on the latest version. When I updated to the latest version, it fixed it. But again, that was still within 2019. But otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gone and updated it. At that moment, didn't really need to until that. Remove object by ID will crash if you give it a non-existing ID. Let me have a look at fixing that. 1 second. So if I do remove object by ID, if I do 99, that's never existed currently. It's not crashing her, even though I'm calling that. I mean, the erase method seems to be alright with just that. I'm guessing what it's doing. I mean, this is my assumption, is that it's, behind the scenes in the erase method, is checking, does that one exist? If not, then don't do anything, I guess. I mean, that's what I'm assuming, because it's not crashing. Okay, so radiation. I'm just gonna call it radiation instead of saying VR text radiation. Radiation. Oh, is it because I'm not erasing the circle point? Is that basically going to mess things up? I'll have a look in a second. 1 second though. What are you going to do with the game engine afterwards? Once it's got to a level point where pretty much all of these features have been implemented, potentially other stuff that I put on there as we go along as well, but we are getting through the list, which is good. I'm going to create some games. So initial plan was to create 5 clones, stuff like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Tetris, Pong, and Breakout. Those were the 5. I believe those were the 5. But honestly, I'm loving this so much. I want to get on to making my own games as soon as possible. So once I've done the features, I'm going to work on 2 clones, 2 basic clones, Pong and Breakout. That's it. Then I'm going to get on to making my own games. And then just update the engine as we go from there. Okay, so let me just do what you're saying here. So in the destructor, I'm going to confirm what's the proper way of releasing memory. You can do delete, but you have to assign it to null as well. C++ release pointer. Okay, equals null. Oh no, that's the point. The correct way. Oh yes, so you probably know afterwards. That makes sense. The better way for you to use C++, do not use raw pointers, use small pointers, heard of this before. Cannot be copied. I'll just do the regular way for now. So let's just delete the pointer. Let's see what's happening. First of all, let's delete the background. Delete underscore background underscore background equals null. And when we remove something, let's do if id is less than underscore objects dot size. So use no pointer instead of null. What is the benefit of using no pointer instead of null? Can you explain the difference? Much appreciated. Okay, so we're gonna say underscore objects dot at id dot shape This is really useful. It is indeed. It's proper C++. Let me just have a quick Google the difference. No versus no pointer is no remnant from C++. I mean C is 0. Okay. Typecast to void. While no pointer is PR value of type no pointer underscore t, which is an integer literal that evaluates to 0. For those of you who believe no is the same as the okay, use no pointer. Okay, okay, that's fine. Done that. Put a semicolon there. Okay, so let me see if this works first before I do anything else. One other thing I would like to do before this, but I'll have a look in a second. I mean, that didn't crash. But it's because obviously it's within a certain size. I mean, so just try deleting the first one, for example. Number 0. Ah, crashed there. Okay, so it crashed there when it's no longer a. Before I forget, let me also put a for loop here. For auto const auto pointer object underscore objects. Okay, so delete object dot second dot shape equal no pointer. Okay, so kind of see what's happening here. Can we just say if exists? Can I just say that? If underscore objects dot at I what's the moaning about now? Let's see what happens if I do this. I'll deal with this in a second. Oh, it's a const, that's why. Oh, that's what it is. I'll fix that as well in a second though. One scroll, fine. Second scroll, delete. Okay, so don't wanna do this. Let me try saying if this equals null, obviously shape would never exist there. Yeah, there isn't. Yeah, you're right. There's no object there. So let me have a look. Check if object exists in unordered map. If .find.key equals let's try that. If that seems alright. Seems to be working. I'll have to delete it. Okie dokie then. Let me know if you can see a problem with that solution there, huh? With this one, do I need to modify anything? I'm looking at it thinking I don't, but let me know what you think. So we solved that issue. Okay, I'll just put a random one like 99, which is high at the moment, so we don't have anything there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do objects to hide. For the remove object by tab, put the for loop I sent you in the Discord in your code. That one, I believe I did. Unless you send me an updated one. Did you send me a new one? Huh? I can't even find it. Send to me somewhere. Ah, to test the memory leak, okay. And by test, okay. So remove the one by test. Test. Here we go. Yes. And we wanna remove it by test by type. I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, let's see what we got. So it should jump up to, I think jumped up to 260 meg RAM usage. Might be different slightly for me, but basically it should jump up. So it's going up. Okay, so we see everything now. I can't say for some reason it's blue, but that, I mean cyan, that's the color that it shows. So I've just done that, and no, everything hasn't dropped down. So yeah, so we need to do it in the remove by type as well. Yeah. So it second dot shape equals null pointer, and now before that I'm going to do the delete operator. Once it gets to about 260, 270, then everything should load. Okay. I'm guessing that seems all good now. It's dropped down to what, 81 meg usage now? How does that look? Obviously, it's on the list to fix all the other leaks. Pointers. Delete. Pointer equals null PTR. Basically, those are two things I need to do for them, and yeah. Including methods where stuff is removed. Okay, so good stuff. That will get done. That'll be the first priority after the GUI stuff and before the fix all warning. Then fix all warnings, and then add in the no discard stuff, and then back to more engine features. Okay, so let's do this. I want to get this done before I wrap up today. Maybe you think about using small pointers even. I'll look more into that. What would you say the overall benefit is? Just that I don't have to do this BS, or what would you say? Types to hide the type of objects that won't be drawn but aren't removed. Void hide object by type. Yeah, I'll have a look more into them. I'll put it here. Look into smart pointers. I'll have a look at the disadvantages of them as well. Okay, hide object by type. All we gotta do is see if there's an easy way to check if something exists in a vector. Check if object exists in vector C++. I'll do that then. So I guess let's go to do that. Get rid of that. And before even doing any of that, let's see if the object is to be shown. So object dot maybe I could do that. Now that I see you want to do show hide objects to, I might use a std to put unsigned int object property bool for objects, but do your thing. Yeah, I guess you could do that way as well. Let's see how this works for now. if get rid of that now. Enemy. Let's do some other event as well. Mouse button released. Event dot type, and that's all I need. And we need to be able to show an object as well, which we don't have at the moment, but let me make sure this works. If it does, then I'll do the show object as well. Can't see that taking up too much time, to be fair. Is that the one? Is that the problem with it? That's just another database issue. I'll run that. I'll rerun in a second. I don't like that. Is it because it's a const? I think that's all it was. I think I was just using the wrong vector. Looks like it. Scroll. They're not there anymore, but I'm gonna make sure they haven't been removed. So let me do show by ID. Okay, so hide object by ID, show object by ID. By type, sorry. To be hidden, to be shown, create implementation, boom, done. So what we're gonna do is okay, just do that. Let me see. Underscore types. Yep, okay, so that's working as well. Hiding objects, that's done. Method for updating existing objects positions. Maybe use the object struct and pass in using pointers so they are linked or something like that. Or I could just update it by, I can update it by type, I could update it by yeah, it depends on what we're gonna allow to be updated. Let me make sure everything's been commented. First in here, it's looking good. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. I'll have a look at this, but then I'm gonna be wrapping up soon anyway, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Never coded in my life. It feels like I'm looking at someone editing the Matrix. Honestly, every time I code, I have a bit of that feeling myself. Even though I've been coding for a while, it's easier than most people think. It's easier as I'm guessing that you mean than most people think. I agree and don't and disagree with that statement. I think it's definitely easier to get into than most people think. But like most things, anyway, all things, to really do something, to really get into it, it's a bit more difficult. But like anything, it's not that difficult if you just put the time into it. If you do a bit every day or do a bit on a regular basis, you'll get good at it. If you're overweight and you struggle at walking, if you walk a little bit, move every day, improve your diet, you'll get there. You ain't gonna get there in one day or a week, but like most things, it just takes a bit of time. So updating existing objects positions. Really what we should do is allow updating of the exact properties that can be set on creation, which is position, radius, and color. Position, radius, and color. Those, I mean, ultimately, those are the things that you can update. So I think you should be able to update it. So you can update it by ID. You can update it by type. I mean, really, that's it. Void update object color. Do position first. Position ID position const glm vec to position. And we'll need, okay, so we want it ID position, and this will be radius. Color for this is going to be a float. Won't implement these today because I'm gonna have to wrap up soon. Read the comment before Karen's post. Oh, but what if I just want to show hide a single object in the minimap? Then I will need functions to show hide by ID. I was thinking about that. Not a bad shout. I'll whack that in there so you can show by ID, and so I'll do that in a second as well. So put a space here just so I know there's something there to be done there. Update object. So this is just the overall updating, and this is going to update everything. This is going to update. So if you want to, update everything, this is the one. And I'll remove the default values in a second. Don't want them there. So we need them. We're also gonna need the equivalent, but let me just comment these bad boys first. Oh, I'll just copy and paste this so save some time. Update and objects properties. I mean, I guess we could put type in there as well, just in case it goes from a, I don't know, an enemy to a friendly, I guess. I mean, there's no harm in it. Yes, I agree. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking they don't sound right, but I can't think of a better way. But it's object type by ID. So I'll copy that, paste it at the end. Thanks for that, her, as always. But there ain't no return, so we can get rid of that. And this is going to be very similar for this. Objects, properties, objects type. Objects position. Objects radius, Put slash size, not souls size, object color, and we're done with them. Obviously they're not implemented, I'll implement them tomorrow. But we also want update object by type. Type by type. So we need to show by ID, show and hide by ID now. Show object by ID, object by hide object. Yes, they do need that as a parameter. Good spot her. Good spot. Type of object to be. And no, it should be ID. I'm really gonna need to wrap up soon, so I will not implement any of these methods. Lord, what would you do without me? I don't know, I'll probably just have an engine that has memory leaks, takes it to 2 gigabytes of memory usage for 2 triangles. Where was I? Probably need the help to show me where I was. Here I was. Okay, so always do appreciate the helper. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Okay, so so we're gonna first of all we're gonna need this. So we'll put that one here, that one here, that one, that one. While that's in my mind, I'm going to just update the comments. ID of the object, go to ID of the object. Easier that way when you're copying and pasting. So here we need type. I'll call this new type. I'll call this old type. Almost done, and then I'm literally going to wrap up anyway. Want to do this. Oh, type of the object. Type of the current object. Why name it old type if the type doesn't change? Oh, you mean on those ones? On the other ones? Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all. I would change them to this. And I'll implement all these methods tomorrow, just in case I forget. Implement remaining methods. Yep, I got that. Give this one more build, and then we're going to here. Which does make sense here. Let me just start putting in here. Minimap. What do we update? Show and hide objects. Next, memory leaks. Okay, so commit to master. Let me update this 14172. Where? Thank you very much. We're going to see Cruella. Push origin. I'm going to wrap up now. I won't even wait for that because we do need to get going. Thank you very much. Thanks her for all the help as usual. Thank you very much. I will see you later on. See you tomorrow. See you when I see you. Goodbye and have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, and